Here's my question. Do you think that's working? Do you think that this so-called silent majority, do you think that this narrative na pula ang kalaban, dilaw at pink, which is really pink right now, do you think that's working and I'm the alternative here?
Oh, what is working is yung chismis ng away. That is working right now. Yun yung kaya, I think, at the very least, my obligation, being a candidate at the same time as citizen of this country, is to remind you na there is a smoke screen in front of you. That's why you cannot see the full view of our future. No? Na ang nangingibabaw ngayon, Marcos the Yellow.
Why can't you say her name? Marcos Robredo.
I don't know, kasi marami sila rin. Hindi ko kasi malaman, may dilaw doon, may pink doon eh. Kaya nga ako nagtataka, ba't nag-pink eh? Eh siya naman yung chairman ng dilaw. So, it confuses me also within their group. I think they confuse each other. No? But what is important is that this is a fight wherein being projected to us as the red and the narrative of the yellow, that we are anti-Marcos. The narrative of yellow is anybody but Marcos. The narrative of yellow and the only goal of yellows is anti-Marcos. At the same time, Marcos, well, they want to revive or yung rebuild yung kanilang reputasyon. Bagay lamang, karapatan niya yun. Karapatan ng mga Marcos yun bilang tao na buhayin muli ang kanilang dignidad and so on and so forth. But just think deeply, magnilay-nilay ka. So it's very clear na yung away na ito, it's a personal thing. It has nothing to do with your work, with your company, with your life, with your children's future. It has nothing to do with what we are facing. It's about them. So that's why I lagi ko sinasabi sa tao, huwag kayong makikipag-away. Kasi pag hindi ka nakipag-away, hindi ka sasakay doon sa gusto nilang usapin na tayo dilaw, kalaban natin pula.
But aren't you anti-Marcos?
Well, I'm not anti-Marcos as
You're
in
not.
like I hate them. I don't like what they did on some aspect. I like what they did on some aspect. There are things na hindi pwedeng i-duplicate, which is abuse of power at saka yung kabubusugan. Kasi may paghinto ang lahat. You cannot perpetuate yourselves in power. That's not democracy.
People might think you are anti-Marcos because it is your group that brought up the estate tax issue.
No, yes, I personally brought that up, not my group. Oh, para fair
I
tayo.
meant Ernest
Yeah.
first wrote the BIR also
Yes.
after mo sinabi yun.
Yes,
Okay. So,
yes.
hindi yun anti-Marcos.
Why? Pag ikaw ba'y nagsasabi ng totoo, antay ka na sa tao. So, ang point ko, you, Pinky, and the rest of the crew here, at a certain point of the day, in a month, you'll get your salary. At doon, binabawas na yung buwis mo. Na hindi mo alam kung binibigay ng CNN sa BIR or yung nagagamit ba ng gobyerno sa tama. Wala kang pakialam at all. You don't know anything. But your tax is being withheld.
Automatically.
Automatically. Now, raising that up is that, I mean, in fact, I'll go straight to those who are watching. Maybe some of you, nung pandemic, nagkabiglaan, namatay ang inyong mga magulang. May iniwang mana. May iniwang pera sa bangko. Ito na, literal. May iniwang pera sa bangko. You cannot even withdraw it until the government got or makuha yung dapat na para sa Estado. So, it's not about anti-Marcos. It's about a fact. How can you take the lead? How can you say that I'm going to bring unity and both of you creates disunity by not fulfilling your simple obligation?
That's the word you use. I just want to do a last question on this. Again, in the past survey, in the last survey, number 3 kayo, this was a controversy already in the past, which you have answered, but I need to ask you this now. How are campaign funds for you now? And let me follow that up with, if you have excess funds, what will you do now with that?
At this time, feeling ko walang excess fund. Ay, mukha. Ayaw kong, we're doing good with the campaign funds so far.
No.
At par on what is being required by the commission. Hindi na yung katulad yung binibili 800 million, binibili yung ganito, bibigyan ng posisyon, whatever reason. We are okay. But if and there is no law, at may sumobra, babayad ako ng buwis.
Like what you did the last time?
Of course.
All right.
Kasi that is my obligation as a citizen. Yeah? The sauce for the gander is the sauce for the goose.
If Isko wins as president, ilarawan mo lang sa amin what your 100 days will look like. Marami ho kayong pinagmamalaki sa Maynila. Pumili lang po kayo ng isa that you're most proud of here na nagawa niyo bilang mayor. If Isko wins as president, ilarawan mo lang sa amin what your 100 days will look like.
Oh, siyempre, we'll fill up bureaucracy immediately. We put people in their respective field of undertaking who can excel and based on meritocracy, as I've been doing in the past. My appointment will be colorblind. Because, again, sabi ko kasi, hindi ko kaaway ang pula, hindi ko kaaway ang dilaw. In fact, may inaay na akong 2 tao sa dilaw, meron din akong 2 taong inaay sa pula.
Which I want to ask you already. I know that a lot of you, we asked this during the debate, but at least give me 3 people that you can name in your cabinet right now, because it's impossible that you don't even have people in mind.
I have but people in mind.
Is one.
Doc Willie is one.
Okay, give me two more.
Basta, yung tumor kasi nando sa kabilang dako, I don't want to create animosities within their group. But I do believe in that guy. Saka yung babae na yun.
Saan ulit?
Sa dilaw.
Sa pink, kakampink.
Kakampink.
Oo.
Yellow pink na lang siguro.
May isang lalaki at may isang babae doon?
Yes.
I see.
Magaling sa finances. At magaling sa batas.
Pero hindi tumatakbo. Behind the scenes, obviously.
In their campaign team. Nasa campaign team nila. Kaya I don't want to, kasi makakaya naman. But given a chance, I'll ask him.
But who would be your finance secretary?
Oh, marami naman dyan. Marami. That's the least of my problem. Appointing good people with merit, based on their skills and experience in the past.
For example, Lito Banaya, where would you put him?
Oh, he'll be in Malacanang, definitely.
As well.
Closer to me. I need wise
Executive
people.
Secretary, ganon?
It can be,
I see.
but it's closer to me. It's going to be closer to me.
Here's-
Because, Ambassador Lito Banayo was part of the revolution. In fact, go-to person siya ni Ninoy at saka ni Laurel at that time. So, and marami na siyang nadaan ng presidente at iba'y nakasama niya, and he have experienced winning and losing. So you need this kind of people that are battle tested, because in times of war and battle, that separates the men from the boys. So you need good men to help you confront a problem, and there's so many problems.
But how do you decide whom to trust? Ikaw ba yung taong madaling mapaniwala sa tao?
Result
O magaling ka
oriented
ba may gut ka ba na hindi ko to pinaniniwalaan? Medyo
And then
iba
result-oriented
dito.
ako. What matters most to me is result. There is A, there is B. A is the goal, B is the result.
Well, what if it's a person that could deliver results pero may issues on corruption? Would you still consider that person?
No. Of course not. As much as possible. We would like to dream of living in Wonderland. we wanted to create a perfect world, but we know for a fact, for one, believes that there is no perfect world. That's why, yung naalala mo nung sabi ko sa iyo, sabi na ng teacher, sabi, you cannot solve corruption. And the only way for corruption to die is to limit human discretion in government transaction.
But which agency ang ikaw tututukan mo talaga?
Income generating agency. Tapos yung social services. So dalawa lang yun. Yung buhay, kung saan pumapasok yung dugo at buhay ng gobyerno, at kung saan naman dinideliver yung services.
So that's basically the
BIR,
finance department.
finances,
Yeah.
customs,
And it's attached
other
agencies, yeah.
regulatory agencies that generate funds. No?
Customs, it's,
Yeah, kasama yun. Kasama siya
sinagot,
dun.
yun din ata sagot
Yeah.
mo during the debate. Sinong gusto mong ilagay sa customs?
Ako?
General ba?
Ako tingin ko
Police?
finance guy.
Is there a finance guy you're trusting right now?
Yes, there is. He is in the private sector.
Meron na.
Oh, yeah. Nasa conglomerate sila.
What's your first executive order?
Ha? Paano ba? Wala. Buuin ko kagad yung gobyerno. I think you'll see a president for the first day working 24/7.
Marami ho kayong pinagmamalaki sa Maynila. Pumili lang po kayo ng isa that you're most proud of here na nagawa nyo bilang mayor.
Yung bahay. Bahay. Housing. Kasi ang nanay ko nung araw, sabi niya, aso nga naghahanap ng masisilungan kapag umuulan. Tao pa kaya? Yung wala kang makain is a daily thing. Pero yung tumira ka sa kalsada, kung anong hapdi ng sikmuran ng walang laman ang tiyan mo, mas mahapdi siguro, yung wala ng laman ng tiyan mo, nasa kalsada ka pa, na parang basang sisig. And that's why I always wanted to give back dignity to any family for that matter. Mahirap maging mahirap. That is a fact of life. Sometimes people hindi nila maintindihan yung kung saan ako umuhugot. But I think giving you a house, a place, a decent one, the very least decent, is giving back dignity to you as a citizen of the country.
Kung matalo ka, anong una mong gagawin? If, for example, the presidency is destiny, sabihin natin, hindi pa siya, it's not for you right now. Could it be for you in 6 years? Does that come into play in your head? Okay, so tinanong kita ng mga plano mo kung manalo ka. Kung matalo ka, anong una mong gagawin?
Well, una malulungkot ako. Definitely. But just to be fair with our viewers, of course I feel sad because you tried your best to prove yourself that you can do the job. And not only tried, shown in a speed of time. Under hard circumstances. I mean, really hard circumstances. Under pandemic, you try to survive people and lives being protected, and you continue to build to address social perennial problem all at the same time, and you surpass those. Siyempre, una, malungkot ka lang. But,
After that, what?
wala na. Life must go on. Ay, ganun talaga. Sanay ako ng wala. I am a believer of principle of temperature. Anything above zero to me is positive. Galing ako sa wala eh. What matter most to me is paano ka? What kind of government that you will have?
Why, are you worried kung
Yes.
hindi ikaw ang manalo? Let's say,
Well, they may have a better intention, but their intention is only good for intention purposes.
so wait a minute. So, malulungkot ka, sabi mo, life goes on.
Yes.
But may nabasa ako kasi sinabi mo, magre-retire ka na pag
Of
matalo
course.
ka. Why?
Pahinga na.
Why?
Pahinga na ako.
Bata ka pa?
I've done my share for 24 years as a citizen of this country. And then let history judge me. Kumbaga, hayaan ko ng panahon na humusga.
But why would you say something so soon na pag matalo ko,
Decisive kasi
magre-retire?
ako eh. All my life. All my life. When I saw that we are poor, I decided to be a scavenger. To make a living. Kasi gusto ko may baon ako sa eskwelahan. Gusto ko may bigas kami.
So why decide on retiring? Why?
Why?
Is it because sasama ang iyong loob na para
Hindi
in-offer
naman.
mo sarili mo?
Hindi naman. I'm going to retire because I think I owe it to my family. My family paid so much that even to the point that there is this, itong 2 years na to ng pandemya, 3 months, I stayed in this building, I stayed in this room. Never saw them, not a single night. They paid already.
Wouldn't you rest for the next 2 years and then doon sa 3rd year, maaari bang tumakbo ka ulit?
Hindi na siguro.
Pero may siguro.
Hindi na. Hindi na. Hindi na talaga.
I'll ask that again because for somebody
This is recorded.
who is so decisive na nagdesisyon ka tatakbo kang pangulo because you have something to offer to the people. Let me just go through this that if for example the presidency is destiny, sabihin natin, hindi pa siya it's not for you right now. Could it be for you in 6 years? Does that come into play in your head?
Magpapahinga na ako sa public service. Basurero lang ako, tapos gagawin mo pa akong mayor ng Maynila. Ngayong kandidato pa.
Pero bakit nung tumakbo kayong senador, natalo kayo,
Yes.
tumakbo ka pa ng mayor?
I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything.
Yeah. No, my question is, kung hindi kayo nawala ng loob nun, sabihin
Yes.
natin, di ba? At tumakbo kayo mayor, nanalo kayo, bakit, why the decision
Hindi naman ako
now?
mawawalan ng loob pagka wala na ako sa gobyerno. It's just that I look for another purpose in life. But if you want get things done, that is me. I may not be the perfect fit to the presidency. But when I work, I put my heart on it. And gather all the best people, rally them on a particular goal. And act in synchrony. And do things immediately. That's why, hindi ko yun iniyayabang, ikinukwento ko lang yun as a matter of fact that yun ang attitude ko sa buhay. And kung yun ay masama, wala na akong magagawa. But results matter. I came from nothing. Just imagine this, Pinky. I am nobody, literally. If this is not the kind of attitude that I have right now, malamang wala ako hindi mo ko ini-interview ngayon bilang kandidatong pagkapangulo. Malamang hindi ako mayor. But, those who are watching, right now, real talk tayo, real talk. This is our life. The next 6 years of our lives. I don't know what matters to you, but to me, is your children's future and my children. Walang away, walang gulo. Walang higantihan, walang balikan, walang bawian. Let's just move forward together. Rally on me. And let's fix things. Let's put it in right perspective. And let's change our mindset for a better Philippines. That's the exact thing that really pinanggigigilan ko. We did it in Manila. Kala nila kasi, dahil housing in Manila or hospital or in Manila, that can be done. No, it's more on the administrative ability to change things and to create journey and direction. Yun. Kaya, pag wala yun, malamang nga, ang gusto mo, o gusto ng ilan natin mga kababayan, baka yung maritesan lang. Happy na tayo sa teleserye ng buhay natin at teleserye ng mga politiko. But that's not me. I survive because of this kind of attitude, mindset, focus, result-oriented, decisiveness. Awa naman ng Diyos. Okay naman ako.
Presidential aspirant, Mayor Isko Moreno Domagoso. Sir,
Thank
good
you.
luck and maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, CNN. May awa ang Diyos. God first.
mga teleserye, isigaw mo na si Yorme, yan dapat magpresidente.